Good day, everybody. How do you like my receding hairline? It's apparent, you know, you can do tic tac toe on my forehead, but anyway, you know, especially this side. But as I was saying, changing the subject to Harambe. Alright? Now, my thing is about Harambe is this. I'm obviously so late on the entire thing, it's not even funny, so. Ah, shit! You know, I'm late on the entire Harambe discussion, so let's get to it. Harambe is a gorilla that almost killed a young boy or a child of some sort, and he was put down in the process. Well, it made people feel sorry for the gorilla that was about to kill a child. I don't know about you, but that is the wrong way to think. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, whoever that child's parent must have been a terrible parent for allowing that child to be in danger like that. Like, don't get me wrong, dumbass parents be endangering their children all the time. Then you got, enclosures in regards to zoos and whatnot. The thing is about zoos, the hilarious thing about zoos is that despite being a very terrible place for any wildlife to be in, the hilarious bit is the irony of a zoo is that they're, in a way, a modern day Noah's Ark, in a way. So, with that said, it's terrible, but like it's terrible that people are treating wild animals after as if they're wild animals inside of enclosed cages. But you know, I mean, if they weren't there, you know, if they weren't in zoos, take for example the cheetah. There, you know, there's more cheetahs in zoos than there is cheetahs in the wild, therefore practically saving the species from extinction. Same with lions and tigers. The only problem is how inbred they are. So that shit. But yeah. So what would be the proper response to the Harambe scenario? Honestly, the proper response would be to close down all zoos if you really want this scenario to not ever happen again. To close down all zoos, shut them down, release the animals back into the wild, or release the animals to rehabilitation areas, and call it a day. Or ban people from ever visiting zoos whatsoever to prevent a Harambe scenario from happening again because it's going to happen again. You know, it's like dog attacks. You got dogs and you got people, buying and having dogs. And you sitting there thinking that no one's going to be attacked by dogs. It's going to happen again. And all you have, and whether you like it or not, if it's the dog's life or their human life, and this goes right into morals, all right? If it's the dog's life or the human's life, you have, it's human obligation to choose the human's life over the dog's. You know, human obligation to your own species to choose a human over a dog, realistically speaking, if you had to save any life whatsoever. Now, the only problem is that you got bastards and bitches out there that would be so ungrateful to being saved. Well, if they're that ungrateful and you still have a chance to save that dog, throw their asses back overboard and go save the dog. But still, it doesn't change the fact that, you know, in the hierarchy of what should be saved type of ordeal, or, you know, how that happened. Anyway, my moral hierarchy in regards to the entire ordeal is this. All right. As a species, like we're talking about the species hierarchy, or, hierarchy of morals of what's more important. To me, it's human, then animal, then plant, then objects. And below objects, like phones, TVs, and whatnot, being bacteria and viruses. All right. And below that being chemicals. And below all of that, fucking mosquitoes and roaches and flies. You know. But, you know. So with that said, no one, I mean, feel sorry for Harambe, but don't blame what amounts to be the victim of the story, being the child. Don't blame them for being a child. Don't blame the child for the death of Harambe. All right? Because like I said, if I was in that situation, you know, if I was in that situation and I had a gun, and I had a choice of either shooting or not shooting, because that could mean the life or death of that child. And the only option was to kill Harambe, you know, I would kill Harambe. End of story. And many people would be like, oh, you heartless bastard. Yeah. Like, it's not heartless. Like I said, it's choosing human life over animal life. If no one would have done anything, that boy would be dead, that zoo would be sued, and Harambe would still be put down. Because, that's exactly how the bullshit was going to work. Whether people liked it or not. Because you would have, grieving, parents trying to get that, get, representation. Like, try and get something out of it for the death of their child, if that child were to die in that entire situation. Of course, you know, I'm only going off of, the information I've saw off of one damn, YouTube video, but it's enough for me to state that if it's the monkey or the child, it's going to be the monkey that dies, not the child. End of story.